Question 51. Which of the following techniques provides the fastest data transmission in a network switch? A. Store and forward. B. Fully buffered. C. Cut through. D. Loopback. Correct answer. C. Cut through. Cut-through switching is considered the fastest method for transmitting data through a switch because it begins forwarding the frame as soon as the destination MAC address is detected, rather than waiting for the complete frame. This approach reduces latency, unlike store and forward switching, which delays forwarding until the entire frame has been received. Question: a company's web-based application is putting too much strain on the database server due to high resource usage. To resolve this, the network administrator installs a network device between the servers and the database. What are the main functions of this device? A. Clustering and NIC teaming. B. Content filtering and network analysis. C. Load balancing and ensuring high availability. D. Port sniffing and protocol analysis. Correct answer. C. Load balancing and ensuring high availability. Load balancing and high availability help distribute incoming traffic across multiple servers to prevent any single server from becoming overloaded. The network device ensures efficient resource utilization, improves application performance, and enhances system reliability by automatically redirecting traffic if one server fails. This setup minimizes downtime and maintains consistent service availability. Question 553. Which statements about satellite network connections are accurate? A. Satellite connections experience less delay compared to terrestrial connections. B. Satellite signals travel faster than other wireless signals. C. Satellite signals are less affected by weather conditions than baseband signals. D. Satellite signals have a broader geographic reach than 2.4 GHz or 5 GHz Wi-Fi signals. Correct answer. D. Satellite signals have a broader geographic reach than 2.4 GHz or 5 GHz Wi-Fi signals. Satellite networks provide extensive coverage, making them ideal for remote locations where traditional wired or terrestrial wireless networks are unavailable. However, they typically experience higher latency due to the long distances the signals must travel. Question 554. How does port security enhance network security? A. It blocks all broadcast traffic. B. It limits access by restricting specific IP addresses. C. It encrypts all traffic on the switch. D. It restricts the number of MAC addresses allowed on a switch port. Correct answer. D. It restricts the number of MAC addresses allowed on a switch port. Port security limits the number of allowed MAC addresses on a port, preventing unauthorized devices from connecting. Port security provides physical network access control at the switch level. If port security were not used, attackers could connect rogue devices and gain access to the network. Question 555. This device has been mostly replaced by switches because it sends all network traffic to each connected port, which can pose a security risk. What device is being described? A. Patch panel. B. Hub. C. Bridge. D. Correct answer. B. Hub. Hubs operate by broadcasting data to all connected devices rather than directing it to a specific destination. This inefficient method not only creates network congestion, but also poses a security risk, as any device on the network can intercept the transmitted data. Due to these limitations, hubs have been largely replaced by more efficient and secure switches, which intelligently direct traffic only to the intended recipient. Question 556. In a public key infrastructure, which entity is responsible for signing a certificate? A. An issuer. B. A principal. C. A verifier. D. A subject. Correct answer. A. An issuer. The issuer, typically a certificate authority, is responsible for digitally signing certificates to verify their authenticity. This process ensures that the certificate holder's public key is legitimate and trusted within the PKI framework. Question 5007. What kind of attack involves redirecting a domain name to a malicious IP address? A. DNS poisoning. B. Domain hijacking. C. ARP poisoning. D. URL hijacking. Correct answer. A. DNS poisoning. DNS poisoning, also known as DNS cache poisoning, is a cyber attack where false DNS records are introduced into a system's cache, causing domain names to resolve to incorrect, often malicious, IP addresses. This can lead users to phishing sites or other harmful destinations without their knowledge. Question 558. Which of the following network protocols is used to synchronize clocks across devices in a computer network? A. NTP. B. VTP. C. D. RTP. Correct answer. A. NTP. Network Time Protocol, NTP, is designed to synchronize system clocks across a network, ensuring that all connected devices maintain accurate and consistent time. This is essential for coordinating network operations, logging events, and securing communications by preventing time-based discrepancies that could be exploited by attackers. Question 59. What is a DMZ, demilitarized zone, typically used for in a network? To store sensitive internal data. B. To isolate wireless clients. C. To back up internal file shares. D. To host public-facing servers accessible from the Internet. Correct answer. D. To host public-facing servers accessible from the Internet. A DMZ, demilitarized zone, is a network segment that isolates external-facing services from the internal network. It hosts resources, such as web or email servers, that need Internet accessibility while safeguarding internal systems. Without a DMZ, directly exposing these services would heighten the risk to internal assets. Question 560. Which type of password attack attempts every possible combination of characters until the correct password is found? A. Dictionary attack. B. Brute force attack. C. Rainbow table attack. D. Social engineering. Correct answer. B. Brute force attack. A brute force attack methodically attempts every possible character combination to crack a password. While slow and resource-intensive, it will eventually succeed if there are no account lockouts or other protective measures in place.
Question 561. What is the purpose of using tools like Nmap or Angry IP Scanner in network security? A. To block unauthorized traffic. B. To filter web content. C. To encrypt network data. D. To identify open ports and connected devices. Correct answer. D. To identify open ports and connected devices. Network scanners such as Nmap and Angry IP Scanner are used to discover devices on a network and identify open ports and services. This information helps network administrators secure and monitor the network. Question 562. Why might a device fail to connect to a Wi-Fi network despite detecting the SSID? A. Mismatched security settings, such as incorrect WPA2, WPA3 credentials. B. The network is using a private IP range. C. The device is using a wired connection. D. The router does not support DHCP. Correct answer. A. Mismatched security settings, such as incorrect WPA2, PA3 credentials. A device might detect a Wi-Fi network but fail to connect if the security settings, such as the encryption type or passphrase, do not align with those set on the access point. Question 563. What is the most common cause of network connectivity issues? A. Physical layer issues such as power outages or unseated cables. B. Corrupt NIC drivers. C. Incorrect registry values. D. Router configuration. Correct answer. A. Physical layer issues such as power outages or unseated cables. The most common cause of network connectivity issues is physical layer issues, such as power outages or unseated cables. These types of issues are often the easiest to overlook, but can prevent devices from establishing a proper network connection. Ensuring that cables are securely connected and that power to network devices is stable is crucial in resolving many connectivity problems. Question 564. A user is having trouble accessing websites on the internet from a browser. The administrator verifies that the workstation can successfully ping its local gateway but cannot reach the remote web server. At which layer of the OSI model does the problem most likely exist? A. Data link. B. Network. C. Session. D. Physical. Correct answer. B. Network. Since the workstation can successfully ping its local gateway, the issue is not at the physical or data link layer, meaning the local network connection is functioning properly. However, the inability to reach a remote web server suggests a problem with routing or IP addressing beyond the local network. This points to an issue at the network layer, where IP addressing and routing occur. A misconfigured or downed router, incorrect subnetting, or an issue with the ISP could all contribute to this problem. Question 565. A user reports intermittent network connectivity issues. Upon investigation, you find that the cable connecting the user's PC to the switch is positioned close to a fluorescent light fixture. What is the most likely cause of this issue? A. Attenuation. B. Crosstalk. C. EMI. D. Faulty cable. Correct answer. C. EMI. Electromagnetic interference occurs when external electrical sources, such as fluorescent lights, interfere with network cables. This can lead to intermittent connectivity problems, signal degradation, and data transmission errors. To mitigate EMI, cables should be rerouted away from potential sources of interference, or shielded cables should be used. Question 566. A technician is diagnosing the cause of a network outage. To eliminate the possibility of configuration errors, which document should be reviewed? A. Change management records. B. Inventory management. C. Logical diagrams. D. Network log files. Correct answer. A. Change management records. Change management records should be reviewed because they document any modifications made to network configurations, hardware, or software. These records help determine whether recent changes could have contributed to the outage. By analyzing approved changes, rollback procedures, and implementation details, the technician can quickly identify potential misconfigurations or unintended consequences that may have led to network failure. Question 567. A network technician is diagnosing a network issue. What is the next step after establishing a theory of probable cause? A. Determine what has changed. B. Document the theory. C. Question the users. D. Test the possible solution. Correct answer. D. Test the possible solution. After forming a theory of the likely cause, the technician should test the possible solution to confirm whether it resolves the issue. This step verifies if the suspected cause is correct before proceeding to implement a fix or consider other potential causes. Question 568. A device cannot browse the Internet, but can ping individual IP addresses on the Internet. Other workstations on the network are able to browse the Internet without issues. What is the most probable cause of this problem? A. The DHCP server is down. B. The DNS server is down. The workstation has incorrect DNS settings. D. The router is blocking port 53 on both UDP and TCP. Correct answer. C. The workstation has incorrect DNS settings. The most likely cause is that the workstation has incorrect DNS settings. Since the device can ping IP addresses but cannot browse websites, it suggests the issue is with DNS resolution. Incorrect DNS settings would prevent the device from translating domain names into IP addresses, even though it can still reach the Internet via direct IP. Question 569. How can using improper cabling impact network speed? A. Older cables like Cat5e may not support full gigabit speeds, leading to slow performance. B. Any Ethernet cable type can handle gigabit speeds equally. Network speed is only affected by the number of connected devices, not the cable type. D. Using Cat6 cables always guarantees a faster Internet connection, regardless of other factors. Correct answer. Older cables like Cat5e may not support full gigabit speeds, leading to slow performance. Different cable types have varying bandwidth capabilities. Cat5e supports up to 1 gigabyte, while Cat6 can handle higher speeds with reduced interference, making it more suitable for gigabit networking. Question 570. How can a network administrator troubleshoot DNS resolution issues? A. Use InSLOOKUP or dig to test DNS queries. B. Restart the network switch. C. Disable the firewall temporarily. D. Change the MAC address of the network adapter. Correct answer. A. Use InSLOOKUP or dig to test DNS queries. When a device cannot resolve domain names, tools like nslookup or dig help verify if the DNS server is responding correctly. Checking DNS settings and server availability is also essential. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful for you, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more practice questions and tips.